Yeah, no, the other night when me and Caleb were working together, it was towards the end of the night. We had the TVs on. It was ESPN or something like that. We were closing up. And I kept seeing highlights of the Orioles winning another game, another close game, another game, and then and of course they won the eighth, and they kept showing all the replays of all the highlights. And I looked at Caleb, and I was like, God damn it, it's only a matter of time before we start hearing this from Eddy. The Orioles are on a run, and I know this is about to be a hot topic for our group thread.
That's actually, that's what I was expecting.
And then on cue, the next day I wake up to Eddy just going hard in the group chat to me and Caleb about Orioles are running it up. Orioles are 8-0 over the last 8 straight, and the Orioles are making a run for the World Series.
Well,
baby.
God knows the Rays aren't. I mean,
can I just have
the funny thing about that? The Rays. We are currently not in second. We're in third. We are we beat the Red Sox today. We're a half a game back from the Red Sox. Yankees are uncatchable. They're having a historic season. They have the best record in baseball by, I want to say, 8-9 games, something like that.
No. Further than that.
No. We'll see. It was, but I was looking at some of the divisions over the last 20-30 minutes. There's a couple other Houston's actually doing really good, as much as I fucking hate to say it because I hate those cheating bastards. But they're not quite as far ahead as they were like 2 weeks ago when they were just they had a June like nobody's ever seen. Their record in June was just absolutely absurd. But yeah, they're still doing really good, but everyone's kind of started to even out a little bit more behind them to the point where they're not like ahead as much. Like I said, they're
huge blowouts.
Before I want to say they were like 12 to 15 games above everybody. Like their record was insanely high, and they're still doing really good. The several other teams have started to kind of catch up, but even though it's not even the All-Star break, I would say it'd be very difficult for anybody to catch the Yankees as far as a record between now and the end of the season. Would you agree, Edward?
I mean, I'd definitely agree. And I think the thing is with the American League East is it's just it's a murderer's row of every single team.
All the best teams are out there, yeah.
Well,
it's ridiculous.
But keep going.
No, I was just going to say, you've got the Jays and the Rays, right?
Right.
So the Rays have been good, good-ish for
5 years, 6 years,
3 to 5 years, and the Rays have done what they do to get to where they need to be for 5 to 10 years. And then the Jays have spent significant money now for this season to try to be good, and they're just failing massively. And you've got the Red Sox, who obviously the Red Sox were supposed to have a down year, honestly, this year.
Yeah.
After
you know how many Red Sox fans?
They've got a squad.
You know how many Red Sox fans I saw in my restaurant tonight?
But what I will say is the Red Sox really had to have a down year this year. That was their plan. The Red Sox were going to have a down year, move away and come back and try.
Their payroll though is not going to allow them to have a bad team. They're never going to it's kind of similar to the Yankees. Even when they're even a down year, they still have enough firepower to get to 90 win, 80, 85 wins, something like that.
This brings me to a good
they'll
point.
They'll be right around there.
Why are East Coast sports so much better than West Coast sports? I mean,
hockey-wise.
Baseball. Who just won the Stanley Cup? I would consider Denver a West Coast team.
No, I've got a better answer.
That's a Western team.
Why is your dad richer than my dad? Why is your dad richer than my dad?
Yeah,
that's the best way to do it. With baseball, why is your father? Why is your father got more money than my father?
Well, you're talking baseball.
No, I'm not. I'm talking.
Of course.
You can say. I mean, Colorado won. Colorado won the Stanley Cup, but for the entire year, there was only about 3 really good teams that could even match 12 good teams.
But that's hockey.
For the most part,
football. No, that's hockey though. That's baseball.
Okay, well,
baseball.
That's the thing about baseball. Where do you put Kansas City? They're basically right in the middle.
Yeah,
you can't. It's difficult.
I'm just saying, it seems like a trend that East Coast kind of.
And then it's more difficult in football. Where would you have the Packers?
No, I know.
Are they?
That is why
I'd say West.
Well,
they're not in the fucking West.
They're not.
Well,
no,
okay.
The Green Bay Packers definitely aren't West
they're in
Coast.
the north,
but is Wisconsin East Coast?
No, of course not.
Yeah.
No,
like same thing. Kansas City's not West Coast.
I understand your point.
But
I'm
it's
just
not,
trying to say it seems like there's a heavy lean
in hockey. Yes, I mean in basketball, the Golden State Warriors just won the NBA championship
for the West Coast, though, right?
Yeah. Well, no. Yeah. That they're
they are the West
they're
Coast
San Francisco.
champions,
They're
but
San
they
Francisco.
are the West
But who
Coast
was there?
champions. They are
That's
from San
my-
Francisco.
And who was there with them? Boston Celtics. So,
but because the finals East versus West, it's going to be an East Coast team
no,
versus
I know.
West
I'm
Coast
just
team. Like
saying,
that's
and
not.
Boston's a pretty good team.
Yeah, but
so.
I'd say it's a lot more evenly spread in the NBA because there's like it's dissimilar in the NBA to any other league because it's like there's East and West.
Yeah.
You know, there's an Eastern in.
I'm just saying the people that most teams have to face in the East to get to that final championship, it's harder
in
than
hockey. Yes, in hockey, you're absolutely right. In hockey, the bulk of the meat of the league is in the East Coast, but for in football, it's not the same too. The Charger. Well, I mean, it is and it isn't because like the Chargers, 49ers went deep in the playoffs.
Yeah.
The Chargers are really good. The Kansas City Chiefs, one of the best teams in the league. They're not. Like I said, I don't know if they're really West Coast, but like they're in the AFC West. They're basically right in the middle of the fucking country.
Well, I'm just thinking. I'm thinking like. I mean, I consider Cleveland. I consider Cleveland and Columbus to be a little more east, right, than west.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, I'd have to say Cincinnati's. It's not East Coast, but it's an East Coast
It's an
team.
East Coast team. It's
Yeah,
an East
yeah,
Coast
but I
team.
mean, Ohio is Ohio. Like I get it's
I mean,
it's the
and
East. It's the Eastern.
The Jets did pretty well this year. Again.
Excuse me.
This
Jets?
past
Wait,
year.
the Winnipeg Jets. I bet.
No,
not
not hockey.
The New York Jets?
The New York Jets. The New York Jets have been bad.
Did we
for
not
fucking
play
5
them
years.
in the playoffs?
Are we started on the podcast, or are we still in the?
Oh no, we're there.
We're in the
Because the New York
podcast.
Jets
Okay,
are-
for
Did
some
we
reason
not play the Jets?
I thought we were
in the playoffs.
No.
The New York Jets were a
What?
terrible.
Did
football
we
team.
play? Did the Bucks play the Jets? No, they didn't even make.
Maybe
the
I'm thinking the
playoffs.
Are you talking about
Eagles.
football? Oh, the New York Jets were.
The Jets are in the
terrible
same
football team.
division as the Buffalo Bills,
And they're
I-
terrible.
Okay, on that note, can we please talk about Zach Wilson for a moment?
Oh, that's
Yeah,
Have
let's
any
talk
of you-
about Zach Wilson.
Do you know who Zach Wilson is?
No, I was just
First
trying
of
to
all, fit
support
guy.
you.
I know.
He's a thick guy.
I was just trying to support you.
He's an incredibly.
He's a thick guy.
He's
now.
he's a very handsome boy. He's a
He's
very
been- hey,
he's a very handsome
hey,
boy.
do you know what they said recently?
He is.
It was Robert Saleh actually.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Saleh was like, this guy came to camp and he was thick. He's ready for action.
Not up here though, right? Not in a bad way, right?
No.
Oh no, the guy's
Wait,
disabled. No, the
thick? What
guy's
do you-
disabled.
yeah.
That's what you.
No,
that's
he's
what
not
you're
dumb.
joking
Bro,
about,
he's
right?
a BYU graduate. He's not. He's not dumb. He has to be. He's.
Oh, I thought you.
He's
I
like
thought
a
we were
Mormon.
joking about the fact that he fucked his mother. Or
No,
is that
well,
the thing?
no. Okay, no. Jesus Christ, he never. There was never anything about him
I
fucking
mean,
his mother.
wait, just
No,
so his
okay.
mum is hot. We'll leave that alone.
Okay. Can I just please explain what is going on in the world with Zach Wilson right now?
Okay, let's do it.
First round pick, which was a little bit of a surprise for a lot of people. He's he's a very talented guy coming out of BYU. People projected him to be relatively high in the draft. What was he, top 20?
Zach Wilson, I would say
feel
would be like top 10.
It was either top 20
I'd
or
say
top
it'd be
10. He
top
was
10,
he was
honestly.
taken very high
Who else
in
would
the
be
draft.
in that draft? Who else would be in that draft?
Mac Jones.
Who was later, way later.
Yeah.
Who else? Anyone else? Do you remember? Anyone else?
It wasn't Tua. Tua was already in the league.
I feel like Tua could have been in that draft.
I
But
can't.
no, it was
either
definitely. What's his name?
Zach
What?
Wilson.
It was definitely Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson may have been the first quarterback drafted
No,
in that draft.
he wasn't.
And I
the
remember,
first. There
and
was
do you know what I do
somebody
remember
else.
though? But I do remember coming out of this year's like early summer camp was Robert Saleh being like, he's looking thick. He's looking thick.
Okay.
This guy's thick.
Well, to go back to what I was saying.
He's a thick guy.
The whole controversy with Zach Wilson is that he does have a very attractive mother. Mother's super hot. But
wait,
no.
Give me a second. What is that?
Zach Wilson also
Listen,
thick. Is Zach Wilson
listen
thick
to what
or
I'm
not?
saying.
Is Zach Wilson thick or not?
He had a girlfriend for several years in college and leading up to.
This guy's gonna get destroyed in Buffalo every year.
Shush.
This guy's done.
Shut up.
I'm sorry,
for 2
this
seconds.
guy's done.
He dated.
This guy is just done.
He dated.
Like his experiences. Had an attractive girlfriend and once had a girlfriend who was in Utah
and
at
his
one
mom's
point.
hot.
And his mom was at one time she was hot. When he comes to Buffalo, he's gonna be like, I'm gonna lead this team. I'm gonna lead this team. I'm gonna lead these Jets.
You're not allowed to drink before the podcast ends.
He is grabbing this microphone like he's on karaoke.
I don't
right
understand
now.
what his deal is with moving the microphone.
I just love it. He's
grabbing it like
Jets.
he's Mick Jagger.
You sound like a girl on ecstasy at a nightclub right now. I just fucking love it.
I just want to feel it.
I just I've been this microphone.
I've been a boy on ecstasy at the same point.
Yeah.
Either way,
I'm sure you'd
guys,
be about
this is
the same as you are right now.
Just to plug the station ID real quick. This is This Football episode 23, you guys, and make sure you're going out to YouTube and subscribing to Tiger Cage Media. That way, you're always here whenever we're live, for better or worse. And we're here, and we're fucking having a good time.
We're muddling
We're doing the
through
best we can.
But to continue my story. He dated a very attractive woman in college for several years. He gets to the NFL. They break up. She starts dating his college best friend and roommate. And they just...
The mom?
No.
The girlfriend?
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. I'm going to start over. And everybody, please just don't speak. Zach Wilson, quarterback of the Jets.
Hot mom.
Failure.
Hot mother.
Failure.
He had another girlfriend, not his mother.
Uh-oh.
Thank you. To just clarify, he wasn't dating his mother in
Josh
college.
Allen was drafted
and
as 7th overall.
He broke up with his girlfriend. His best friend started dating his girlfriend. They recently got engaged.
Bro code.
Somebody commented on the post that they made about their engagement, like, oh, she's a homie hopper. She was fucking the one guy, so I was fucking. And she posted, hey, he's out here fucking his mom's friends. And which I guess nobody disputed that, so I guess it's kind of a well-known thing that Zach Wilson has been sleeping with his mom's hot friends.
Fair play to him.
Yeah.
Fair play to him, fair play to him. He's done all right.
Two questions.
He can be doing that. He's been wasting his time rather than Josh Allen has been putting in serious work.
Josh Allen's trash.
What was that? On
Josh Allen's absolute trash.
Drop it. Oi.
Yeah.
Can you hold that down, please?
Josh Allen's absolute trash.
I'm gonna laugh when Mac Jones beats him to the AFC East champion, to the AFC East title next year. I'll be laughing all the way to the bank.
This guy's a fucking imbecile.
But I just thought it was hilarious how.
Hey Remy, get that down. He said Josh Allen is.
It's all recording.
It's kind of a well-known thing.
All recording.
Zach Wilson has been banging his mom's friends. Well, and he's cool with his ex-girlfriend getting married to his ex-homie. He's like, yeah, do your thing. I'm up here in New Jersey.
Guess in that case, I would be okay with it. I would be okay with it.
I mean, you should see his mom. She's got to have hot friends.
Oh, no. I'm making a mental note, and I'm going to go home and check out his fucking mom. I don't know if you
guys are going to do
just to continue on the NFL kind of tangent we're going on, Baker Mayfield to the Carolina Panthers for I don't even remember exactly what the numbers are.
For half of the
it was a couple picks.
It was for half of the it was for half of the salary. Take half of the salary.
Yeah, but it was that and some amount of picks. But the only reason why I'm not a huge fan is because it's in the NFC South, so the Bucs are going to have to play them twice a year. And as bad as Sam Darnold was, they didn't look terrible against the Bucs last year. Like
the Panthers,
but
that's because they had Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold is.
They also Sam Darnold's all right. Sam Darnold's not bad. I would say he's a
To me,
He's
Sam
a
Darnold
6 out of
and,
10.
to me, Sam Darnold
can get
and
the
Baker
job
Mayfield.
done.
Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold are probably a wash. I mean, they have.
I'd
they
give
have,
it to Baker at this point.
But really,
at this point, I think
and
Baker's got a
Christian
little bit more
McCaffrey. You've got
juice.
Christian McCaffrey, so you can spread it
Yeah,
out.
but are we really going to rely on Christian McCaffrey to be healthy for 17 weeks?
Well, that's what they're relying on. That's what they're relying on.
Yeah, well, no, I'm sure anybody that I mean, he's healthy. He's next to Derrick Henry, probably the second best running back in the league.
And I would argue he's even like well, he's not.
He's a better.
He is obviously
he's
a running
much
back.
better
He's obviously a
receiver.
running back, but
He's a more versatile threat than Derrick Henry,
course,
but he's not a
of
better
course.
running back. Derrick Henry is
No, of course
the
he's
best
not. But
running
he
back
is
in the league.
also. But he's the best receiving back. He's the best running back receiving back combo in the NFL. Right? He's not the best running back, but
yeah. But if he
the guy
if he can
can't
stay
healthy,
healthy, that's a dangerous team. Because they
No,
already
I don't think
they
so.
already
I don't think so.
they already have a solid defense. Their defense isn't terrible. It's just they could
in
never
the NFC South
They could never.
No chance.
Yeah. Well, so they play the Falcons and the fucking Saints
and the Bucks.
Well, yeah, the Bucks. That's gonna be tough.
You
for
think
them.
they're better than the Bucks? No chance.
Are the Falcons not the bottom 3 in the league?
But
Tell
even
me,
with listen,
and
to
then
me.
the Saints. Do you trust Jameis Winston to beat them twice
even
in the
with
year? Like
w-
that's
okay,
two
so
other
listen to
teams
me,
that
so
are like
listen to
kind
me,
of
so
question
listen to me.
marks.
If they have Baker Mayfield and Christian McCaffrey, do you think that the Panthers are better than the Bucks? I don't think so.
No,
with
okay,
Tom
no,
Brady,
I
with
didn't
Tom
say
Brady,
that.
Tom
I
Brady
didn't
came
say
back.
that.
You know
No,
what I mean?
the Bucks are the best team in that division. That's unarguable. There's no. We made it to the NFC Championship game last year. Like we are.
Close to the
top 5
we
in
the
we
NFC.
made it. We were just before the NFC Championship.
But you're top
game,
5 in the NFC. You guys are top 5
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
NFC.
but no, we are 100% the best team in that division. There's like
in that division,
but
without a
between
doubt.
the Saints, the Falcons, and the Panthers, the Bucks are miles ahead of the other 3. But of those other 3, I'd say, I mean, depending on how Jameis Winston plays, that's because like Jameis Winston, as long as Jameis
He's with
Winston,
New Orleans, right?
he's with New Orleans. As long as he's been in the league, I've always said it. Jameis Winston on a good day can be phenomenal. But on a bad, like he's one of those players. His ceiling is really high, but his floor,
Of course,
is
he's been
about
that
as
his
low
whole-
as
he's been
it
that
goes.
his whole career.
He can have a game where he'll throw 4 touchdowns and 400 yards and no picks, and then the next week he'll throw 4 interceptions for 85 yards
Right,
and turn the ball over 17 times. Like he can be really good at times when Jameis Winston is playing
and
well.
I do want to say as
incredible.
well, like Tom Brady is 47. Is he 47 now?
He's 40, I think he's 44.
44. Okay, so the
I
guy
think,
is,
or he might be 43 or 44.
and of course he's no matter what, Tom Brady he's coming back, right?
Yeah, no, Tom Brady's back.
Tom
Gronk
Brady's
is
coming
out
back.
though.
I
Yeah,
saw
but-
today on the news they're officially announcing his retirement. But I saw it on Fox News.
I
today.
read something today on Bleacher Report because obviously everybody thought the same thing with Gronk as they did about Brady. Brady retired in February.
Yeah.
And then about
We all think
and then
that,
about
we
a
all
month
think
and a
that,
half
like,
later he came back.
Now this is Mayo and I's theory, and
Gronk
I don't-
says he's not coming back for anything.
I don't know.
He says there's zero chance he's
The
playing
guy's
football
a
this
mug
coming
anyway.
year.
The guy's a mug.
This
I
is
don't
well, no, I mean they
Best
play
tight end of all time,
They
yeah.
play good together at least, and Mayo and I have a theory, and I don't think it's very far off. Mayo says he's retired so that he can just skip training camp, skip this, skip
And then
that,
try and
and then
jump in and
just
try
jump
and jump
right
involved.
into
And
the action.
the most
sad
poetic,
part is
the
it might
most
work.
poetic version would be
Literally,
The
he
sad
just
part
doesn't
is
want to
I
do the work.
see
He
that
just doesn't want to
working.
do the work.
But
He
the
just
most
wants to-
poetic version would be to see the Bills win the Super Bowl and he would miss out because he's from Kenmore, Buffalo, and he fucking dropped that fucking shoulder on Trey White. He's a scumbag.
No,
He's hated in Buffalo. He's a fucking piece of shit.
Oh my God,
And
what's
the
he gonna
best
do?
the best thing would be for him to see the Bills win the Super Bowl and him not be a part of it.
Yeah, I think you're taking it a little too personally. But we're gonna take a little break.
Oh, I mean,
We've had a lovely first session. here.
Absolutely. Plenty more to come.
We're lubricated.
Episode
the
23,
wheels
you
are rolling.
guys.
23,
Episode 23.
baby. Michael Jordan.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot. I almost forgot.
It's
for a
the
second.
MJ episode, baby.
That's right.
We'll be right back. Remy's gonna smoke a dart. Don't go anywhere, guys.
He's got.
Welcome back, guys, to the Is This Football podcast.
Is this football?
Hello.
Episode 23.
Episode 23, MJ, baby. Thank you for joining us once again. We had a lovely first segment talking about a lot of important things. But something that I kind of wanted... I mean, do you have anything to bring up, Edward? Anything you got in the docket?
The only thing really is to the baseball movement, to be honest with certain
Orioles.
teams.
Orioles? Is that what
No, I don't really give a shit about the Orioles. You know.
Oh, bullshit.
You don't give a shit about the Orioles.
Hey,
Dude.
Hey,
This
they
is
just won
news
9
to
straight.
me.
They just won 9 straight.
Lord almighty.
90% of the time I see you, you're wearing your fucking...
Orioles.
Yeah, but
Lucky
there's-
Orioles
It's just
cap.
9 straight. It's just 9 straight. That doesn't matter. The Orioles might be pretty good. Yeah. Let's
yeah,
say
9
that.
straight.
The
So
Orioles
who cares
might
about
be
it?
quite good.
Right
They
now.
won 9 straight.
So
Yeah, who
realistically,
cares?
I feel like this is a reasonable question. Right now, I mean, I know they've got a little bit of steam. They've been playing well. Where do you see the Orioles placing in the AL East, if not the bottom?
Absolutely, that's a very good shout.
Now, for
I see the
layman's,
Orioles
where are we
feel-
in the season?
with
We
the Rays?
we are
Oh.
just before the halfway mark
Okay.
because the All-Star game is coming up. I want to say, what is that? It's a week away.
Yeah,
where
we're
we-
probably 1 week away.
Where
from
we
the
are
All-Star
very close to the halfway point in the season. Once again, Yankees are absolutely running away with it. Best team in the league by far. They've had, and when I say historic year, like compared to many other years in baseball, the Yankees are absolutely slaughtering people.
So they get the President's Trophy? Just kidding. I know,
Yeah,
that's a
no,
joke.
they
That's a
just
bad joke.
they just it was a terrible joke, but we'll
They're a
let
good
it
team.
slide.
The Yankees are going to be the best team in the East, right? Everyone knows that.
I mean, once again, we are a week away from the halfway point in the season, so where we are right now is no indication of where we're going to be come October. Because I mean, God knows there's been a lot of good teams in Major League Baseball in the past that have been really, really good for 3 or 4 months and then have just an absolute collapse. Aside from the Yankees just having an absolute cataclysm of a
Now, are the Yankees free and clear of that collapse, that same collapse? Could
I
some
mean,
of
they
their
are.
players
They are
get a
definitely
little...
clear of that. They are definitely clear of
There's
that.
no way
Pitchers
to tell.
maybe get a little-
That's one of the things that I've always said about baseball as opposed to a lot of other sports. I feel like baseball, it's a lot of psychological momentum. Whereas if you're good in basketball, you're always going to be pretty. If you're good in football, you're always going to be like in baseball. There's hot streaks, and there's like some of the best players in baseball will have a low point, like a slow streak. Like the best pitchers, the best hitters, the best pitchers in baseball will lose 4, 5, 6 games in a row. They'll have a bad run. Like in baseball, there's so many games you play so much that no player, no team in baseball has ever just destroyed the whole season. Everybody goes through those ebbs and flows of being good, being bad. You have a good couple weeks, you have a bad couple weeks. There's no that's just the way it is.
How many games is it? Well, like one...
164.
162,
which, like I said, we're coming up on 81, which is half of the season.
Wait, over it,
but there's a whole
160.
nother.
That's a whole hockey season.
But that's what I'm saying. And in baseball, it's just so much baseball where it's like a team can lose, like the Toronto Blue Jays. The Toronto Blue Jays have lost like 9 straight, 8, 9 straight. They're still one of the better teams in the AL East, which is the best division in baseball. Like they're still in the playoff contention. Like you can have a shitty month, do terrible, lose almost all your games, play well after that, and still, like in football, you can't have a bad month.
Yeah.
You know, like in football, there's 16, 17 games.
Hockey will hurt you too.
Hockey less so because there's 80 games. It's not quite as much as
Let's have a chat. Do we think that the Orioles are for real? Do we think they're for real?
Okay, as far
They've won 9 straight.
I think they are a for real decent team. Do I think they have an even slight chance of Eddie? And I know you're more often than not an emotional sports fan.
Absolutely.
Do you really think with all of your heart, do you really think the Orioles have a chance of getting the wild card?
No.
Okay, thank you. Wow,
Of
holy
course
shit.
I don't. Of course I don't.
Really?
Jesus.
Of course
I
I
mean,
don't.
you're 4 games off.
All right,
Well,
I'm marking-
we're one game out.
I'm gonna
We're
mark
one
that.
game
That was,
out. We are one game out.
Of the wild card?
We're one game out of the wild card.
No, you're not.
We were 2 game out before today, and we're one game out. We won today. We're one game out of the wild card today.
No, you're not.
Okay.
Are you serious? Is that? I thought that I'd say
We were 2 games
behind Toronto. They're 2
and
games
we won
behind
today.
us.
And we
We're
won
a game
today,
and a
and
half
they both
behind
lost.
Boston.
And we won today, and they both lost.
Boston lost. The Rays did not.
And the Orioles won.
The Orioles. Okay. The only thing surprising about this whole season for the Orioles is how bad they were last season. Like
how good they were this season.
Okay, but Eddie, you know what I'm saying. They're like last year they were historically bad.
Yeah,
they were like Detroit Lions historically bad. They were Cleveland Browns, Detroit Lions historically bad. Like, you know, there's having a bad season and then there's having the worst season in 40 years.
Right.
Like those are 2 different things.
Here we are.
And well, that's kind of more to my point is they've seemed to turn it around. Other than Adley Rutschman, what do you think, Edward, is the biggest reason for them having that? Because like I said, they're not good, but they're competitive.
And it is
they're competitive
and a huge
now.
thing is Adley Rutschman as well.
But
like,
you would say coaching?
Well, not just coaching. It is Adley Rutschman too. It is the huge Adley Rutschman factor.
Yeah, but
like you have this guy who comes and just like completely changes the factor of everything, which is to do with your ball club. Mm-hmm. This guy is incredible. This guy is a first overall pick. This guy's a first overall pick. This guy's a first overall pick. He's not even hitting anything.
He's not hitting 300.
No, but close enough.
Yeah.
But
there's no way that him alone can be the reason for your success this season. There has to be other factors.
Exactly.
Like,
so you would have to say. You would have to say what is the situation where other people follow Adley Rutschman
how has
to
the
the
team
majors.
Improved since last season?
Is following Adley Rutschman to the majors.
Other than Adley Rutschman, what have the Orioles done to improve their team?
I mean, would you say like on from a level which is like if you talk about it from a level which is, you know, from a basic level, of course, like people can follow Adley Rutschman to the majors and be the greatest, some of the better hitters in the majors for the Baltimore Orioles. If not, you've got guys who are in AAA, in AA, in Single A, that would love to be able to be pushed forward the same way he was.
Yeah, well, they're clearly not that good, but Adley Rutschman's clearly a superstar on his way to a fat contract. He's on his way to $200 million.
Well, it's not even that because like you're a fan of the Rays, right?
Yeah,
you're a fan of the Rays.
Yeah, of course.
You're a fan of the Rays, right?
Yeah.
So the reason that we've fast tracked someone who's so good forward is because we have
they're good. But he's clearly shown that he's that good.
But we
like
have
his performance in the majors.
We have other individuals behind him, able to back him up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Just some other news in sports as of the last week or so. Novak Djokovic.
Yeah. Being Nick Kyrgios?
Yeah. Won Wimbledon.
Well, I would say
that is funny because they call me Novak Spreechak.
Novak Spreechak. Yeah, I know, right?
Wait, with Nick Kyrgios?
Which, funny enough, the Novak's thing is what kept him from an Australian title in January.
Really?
I don't know if you remember hearing that.
I did hear about this, actually. I know I'm not a sports guy, but I heard about this.
Well, let me break it down for you like this. The greatest three... There's been 3 amazing tennis players, male tennis players, over the last 30 years, and those are...
Andre Agassi.
No. No. That's old school. The Pete Sampras, Andre, like that. Like in the last 30 years, there has been 3 male tennis players that have revolutionized the game: Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal, and Novak Djokovic. Roger Federer is the oldest.
He's also from Switzerland.
He
not
is
from Italy.
He is Swiss. Yeah, his name's Roger Federer. No one thought he was from Italy. But for a long time, he ran Wimbledon. He always played well there. He won, I'm pretty sure, all of the other majors. But for a long time, I believe he has 20 or 21. When they talk about Grand Slam, do you know what a Grand Slam win is in tennis, Remy?
3 wins in a row?
No, it's either Australia, France,
there's
England,
4 big
or
ones.
it's Australia, France, England,
You
or
call
America.
that a hat trick.
There's no.
It's Australia.
A hat trick is 3.
It's Australia,
a Grand
Roland
Slam is
Garros,
4.
Wimbledon, or what's the American
The
one?
Australian Open, the U.S. Open, Wimbledon, and the French Open.
So if you win all 4, then
No. If you get
you get into all 4.
No, if you win all 4.
If you any one of those titles is considered a Grand Slam title. So if you just win one of those, you've won a Grand Slam title. It doesn't mean you win
Rafa
4.
Nadal,
because
the thing is, Rafa Nadal.
So anything
the
within
thing is, Rafa Nadal won the Australian Open. Then he won Roland Garros.
So you get a Grand Slam if you win one of those 4 games.
No,
Yes.
you win one Grand Slam.
Yeah.
But to be the champion of all 4 Grand Slams, you have to take all 4
but that's
of the Grand Slams.
rarely
It's never
done.
happened.
No, it has.
Exactly.
Not in the course of a calendar year, but it has happened.
But
Yeah.
in regards to like a regular situation where anyone has ever...
No one's done it consecutively.
You've got...
Serena Williams was very close but didn't get it. Like winning all those 4 in a calendar year, no, that's damn near impossible. But over the course of a 20, like Roger Federer has done, he's won all of like.
Well, Rafa Nadal also won the Australian Open. He won the Roland Garros, and then he went to the final of Wimbledon.
He didn't go to the final. He
went to the final.
Not this year.
Yes, he went to the final, and he was injured.
No.
He was injured.
It was Nick Kyrgios and it was Djokovic.
Yes, because he was injured.
So Nadal wasn't in the final.
Yes, he was injured. He was injured because in the semi-final...
He didn't make it to the semis.
But he was in the semi-final against
And
Nick
then-
Kyrgios,
and
he
then
was
did-
injured. He
So
was
that
injured.
means that Nadal did not make it to the finals.
But he
Let's
made
give
it
each
to
other
the
space,
semi-final.
boys.
He made it to the semi-final. I mean, you're talking about the greatest tennis player of all time.
So you'd
Sorry.
say Nadal's the greatest tennis player of all time.
No, Roger Federer is.
See, that's what I thought for a long time.
Roger Federer is the greatest tennis player of all
Well,
time.
as of right now, my thinking is Novak Djokovic is the best tennis player of all time because
And there is something to be said for that.
he's not young. I want to say he's like 33, 34, but he definitely has a solid 4 or 5 years left. He could have won. The one thing about Novak Djokovic is when Roger Federer was in his prime, his Grand Slam of the 4, his was Wimbledon. He won Wimbledon a bunch. He won
Right.
the other ones, but
Right.
Wimbledon was his thing.
But you
for
look
for,
at
for
someone-
Nadal, his was the French Open. He has owned
And
the
Nadal
French
has
Open.
owned the
He's
French
won
Open.
the
He
other
has
ones,
owned the French Open.
but for Novak Djokovic, that was the Australian Open. He did well and he's won the other ones, but he dominated the Australian Open. And this year he wasn't allowed because of his vaccination status.
So
He was
between me and you,
deported
who's
from
greater?
Australia.
Who's greater, Djokovic or Nadal?
Djokovic.
I agree.
Yeah. And
But what I
only
will say
because
is,
it's
what I
yet
will
to
say
be
is
seen.
Nadal could have been great, and he is great, but Nadal has lost so many times on hard court, on grass court, and Djokovic has won so many times on
But
hard court, grass
Nadal
court.
is the greatest clay court player of all time.
Of
And
course,
that's not
that
even
can't be
arguable.
questioned.
There's
That
no
cannot be
one
questioned.
can compete with Nadal on a clay court, and he's the king of clay.
He's
He's more dominant on clay court
He's
than
incredible
anyone has
on a
ever
clay
been on
court.
any
He's
type
incredible
of
on a clay
surface.
court, but I would love to have seen Nadal try and throw it up to Djok on Wimbledon in the final. Do you know what I mean?
I think Djokovic would have beaten him.
Of course, and I
because
think so
Nadal's
too.
a
And
little bit
so
older.
too.
Nadal's not in his prime. Nadal
And it's
is
not even
past it.
necessarily
Nadal's prime was just
and it's
after
not,
Federer's
and it's not
prime,
necessarily
which is just
that.
before
It's not
Djokovic's
necessarily
prime.
that. I think Djokovic would have beat him anyway. The guy's incredible.
Yeah, he is. But the thing to say is because right now, Djokovic and Nadal, like Roger Federer had 20 Grand Slam titles, which means he'd won one of those 4 Grand Slams 20 times. He won Wimbledon a bunch. He won all of them, but won them all in different years. He had 21 titles. Nadal recently beat him. I want to say has 22 titles. Djokovic recently beat both of them.
And Djokovic is a beast. Djokovic can win on clay. He can win on grass. He can win on hard
But that's
court,
the
anything.
thing. Djokovic wasn't allowed to play in the Australian Open. He could have won that one. And also, I've heard he's not going to be allowed to play in the U.S. Open, which happens in a month because that's another Grand Slam.
But the guy,
he's not vaccinated.
listen to it. Even if he leaves that and he comes back to, let's say, he skips the Australian in the new year and he comes back to the clay court in France.
So you're talking about Nadal?
No, I'm talking about Djokovic.
Why would he skip the Australian? Oh, yeah, he's not going to be allowed in Australia.
Okay.
Because he was deported.
And he's allowed to play in America on the hard court?
No, he's not.
Okay,
He's not
so
allowed to
let's say
play.
he plays...
That's my point. Is Djokovic is no longer allowed to. From what I read, because he was deported last year or earlier this year in January from the Australian Open because of his vaccination status, because he lied about it or something. They caught him. They sent him back. They said, you're not allowed to play here. Because of that and his deportation, he's not allowed to go back to the country of Australia for 3 years, which I feel like they might find a way around. But also, what I just recently read is that the United States, he's allowed into the United States, but he's not allowed to play in the U.S. Open if he's not vaccinated.
So he's going to struggle to play anywhere. Where's he going to play? I mean, he's the best
but
player
that's the thing
regardless.
about tennis.
He's the best player
The
regardless. He is the best player regardless.
Grand Slam, those big 4, the Australian Open, U.S. Open, Wimbledon, French Open, those are 4 of probably 100 tournaments they play. They play tournaments
but they're the big
all
4. Yeah,
year.
but they're the big 4.
Those are the big 4.
They're the big 4. No one gives
but
a
I'm
shit
saying,
about
yeah,
anyone.
but Djokovic will continue to play. He's
gives
not.
a shit
He's
about
allowed
anything
it.
other than those big 4.
Well, tennis players do. Tennis
Do you
players,
think?
Yeah, of course they do.
Oh, really?
It's more important.
So who won the big 4? Who won
to
the
win
big 4?
It's more important to win a Grand Slam, but they have tennis tournaments every week in the over the world. Everywhere they have tennis tournaments, and you win in certain places. That's what makes your rank go up as far as your professional tennis
But I will
ranking.
say that Novak Djokovic, if he's winning these big ones, the Grand Slams, your Australian, your Roland Garros, your Wimbledon, your US Open, if he's winning them, who else is there?
I'm just saying, I think it'll be very sad if the fact that he refused to get vaccinated affects his ultimate.
His ultimate legacy.
His ultimate legacy as far as who he is, and who he will be remembered as a tennis player. Because he, like I said, he could have won the Australian Open. He might not be allowed into the U.S. Open in a month because he's not vaccinated, and then he may not be allowed into Australia. Like he's like I said, he's not young. He's like, I want to say 32, 33, 34. He's in that age group. He could play professional tennis for another 3 or 4 years. They usually the good ones play until close to 40. But if he misses 2 or 3 a year because of vaccination status, when he has 4 chances every year to win a Grand Slam, and those are the titles that people remember. So I think it's a very interesting thing where he is all time against the other all time greats, and his reluctance to get vaccinated. I'm not pro or against all that. I'm not even gonna get into that, but just the fact that, you know, what happened in Australia, what's potentially happening in the United States of America. But yeah, thank you guys for joining us. We really appreciate it. We're going to take a little break here. Remy's going to smoke a dart. We're going to have a little. We're going to take a little breather. We'll be right back, though, guys. Don't go anywhere.
We'll see ya.
We'll be right back. And
oh yeah, fucking love that fucking music. Let's go.
Yours truly.
Welcome back, guys, to the Is This Football podcast.
Is this football?
Thank you for staying with us. We are rejoining after a lovely segment, talking about all types of fun
We're rejoining
stuff.
after a lovely break.
Lovely break, which is what I really meant. But what I do want to talk a little bit about is the Qatar World Cup. But no. Hey, everybody chill.
I love the Guitar World Cup.
Everybody
The
chill.
guitar,
Yeah,
fuck
I
that,
know.
bro. It's
Everybody
called the
chill.
Qatar.
No. What I want to start, because we're talking soccer, a couple years ago, Sepp Blatter and Michel Platini were implicated in some type of bribery, like fraud scandal in the UEFA, FIFA world. They were both arrested, or they were both indicted because Michel Platini had been somehow given a $2 million. He was given $2 million, and everyone's like,
to be honest, mate,
how did this happen?
What are we talking now? We're talking proper fucking World Cup. Are we talking World Cup or are we talking World Cup? Do you know what I mean? Dan, let me send it back to you. Is it proper World Cup or is it not?
What are we talking about now?
Is it World Cup or not? Like,
I was talking about Sepp Blatter and Michel
that's what I'm saying,
Platini being cleared of fraud charges.
So what I'm saying is this World Cup that is obviously moved for the most, for the worst possible situation for Are we respecting people who win this World Cup? If you win this World Cup, right?
I would respect a team winning this World
If
Cup.
you win this World Cup,
I feel like he has contingencies he wants to talk about.
If you win this World Cup, is it proper? Is it proper?
I'd say it's more proper than any other. I mean, the World Cup itself is not proper. Like, it's an absolute shambles. That's kind of what I wanted to get more into before I was, rudely interrupted on my other point. I guess we'll let that lie.
Well, that's what I'll say. Like, is this something that can be? Is this a World Cup winning situation that can be respected by the winners of whoever they are? Well, let's say who's gonna win? Who's gonna win?
Okay, well, first of all, why would the winner of this World Cup be any less respected than any other World Cup? They're playing the
How long you got?
Okay, well, all the teams that are participating will be playing in the same place. It's
but
no one team has an advantage. Qatar will obviously be in the World Cup because they're grandfathered in because they're hosting it.
And that's what I will say.
They won't get out of the group stage.
And that's what I will say. If you look into,
they're not going to get anywhere. And if they do, then
if you relax for a minute,
real
Dan,
catastrophe.
if you relax for a minute, honestly, if you look at the participants of the 2024 World Cup, you're talking about
2024.
Of course, man. That's the World Cup that is in Gresham.
No, it's 2022. It'll be in like 4 months. What are you talking about? 2024.
Oh, sorry, I meant the 2022 World Cup. I do apologise. But
okay, I got
if you
buddy.
talk about the people who are involved in the 22 World Cup, you see people like. So you've got France, you've got England, you've got the Netherlands. Do you know what I mean?
Probably England and Germany.
There'll be very, very
couple
good
other
teams
countries
in there.
from around the
very,
world.
Very good teams in there.
Yeah, but once again, I'm not really taking anything away from whoever wins the World Cup because, like I said, they'll be playing against a bunch of other people in the exact same environment and atmosphere as they're playing, and no one's going to have a leg up. What I was really more interested in, which I was speaking to Remy briefly about before we started this, Qatar, before the World Cup even happened, they have a ban on premarital sex.
Bullshit.
Are you saying bullshit?
No, I'm saying, come on.
What I'm saying isn't right? Or you're agreeing with me, but just saying that is bullshit? Okay.
You told me about this. This is
retarded.
Fucking way too fucking.
There is a there is a law in Qatar, which I didn't know about. I knew it was a little bit conservative over there in the Middle East. I didn't realize it was quite to this level, but it is a criminal offense to have sex with someone that you're not married to.
So my question immediately
They are enforcing that for the World Cup.
My question immediately was, you and I go over there with our girlfriends. Say we had girlfriends. We don't. We're free and fancy free. But let's say we had actual girlfriends, and we go over to Qatar to watch the soccer game, and we bone our respective girlfriends in hotel rooms, and they find out about it. We end up in jail.
Based on what I've read, legally, yes. Like once again, it's going to be very difficult for them to police all of the influx of people that are going to be going to Qatar to vacation for the World Cup.
Yeah,
it's going to be millions of people going there. That's why they did this. That's why they bribed FIFA in order to get this World Cup. Like, obviously,
so they're going to try to police.
It's a horribly corrupt situation. But now that Qatar is in. Or now that the World Cup is in Qatar, I feel like it's difficult to police that on just a population in general, saying like, oh, you're not allowed to have sex. Definitely. But now all the people that are coming there, the English people, the German people, everybody from the North America, South America, Western Europe and Asia, everybody that's going to be going there, nobody's allowed to have sex unless you're married.
Now,
because that's already the law of the land.
How do we boycott the cup being played?
Fuck off.
There's you'd be keen enough to not go there. You're so cute.
You'd be
so
keen
like
enough to
you
not
can't
go
just
there.
decide, okay, well,
That's
fuck
the
that,
thing,
we're gonna
like,
have it in
you're
another
talking
city.
about-
That's
no,
not.
it's a stupid
Well,
thing.
how are you going to
Stupid thing.
decide
It's a
that?
stupid
As a
thing.
layman,
Dan, you understand that?
As
Dan,
a-
you understand that? It's a stupid thing. It's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen.
What's not going to happen?
Like,
You
it's
think that they
obviously-
really won't be enforcing that law?
Yeah, of course.
I think they
so,
will.
So people will
I
be
think they're
moving
gonna
over
use
there
it to
and
Just
bribe
everything.
people.
relocate the whole fucking thing, dude.
So
If that's
people
the way
will
they're
be
gonna
moving
act.
over.
Remy, you act like it's like if the Super Bowl's in some city.
That says we can't have sex with each
Yeah,
other.
so you're just going to be like, all right, we're just going to change it to a different city. How are you going to do that? Please explain to me.
just be like, we're Americans. No, I mean,
Yeah,
we're-
they'd be like, yeah, fuck off, don't come
human.
anyway. Yeah. Qatar
Just
will
go somewhere else.
Qatar will be like, yeah, don't come. They'll
that's
be like,
fine. So
yeah.
do it with somewhere else, is what I'm saying.
That's not going to happen.
Why?
So do you think because America's going to be like, oh, we're not going to go there because they're not going to let us have sex?
Well,
we want to have it in another country. They're
not
going to be
even
like,
just America,
FIFA's
but
going to be like,
the whole world.
yeah. It's a done deal. Like, it's not. This isn't like, oh, the World Cup's going to maybe
So
be
that's
in Qatar.
like, okay.
The World Cup,
If I may.
they've already undergone hundreds, billions of millions of dollars into they are building soccer stadiums
Okay.
in Qatar. They are building soccer stadiums in Qatar.
You're probably going to make fun of me
hundreds
for
and
this.
hundreds of millions of
You're
dollars.
probably
going
to make
into
fun of me
soccer
for this because I don't really know much about football. But
You
I know
can't
I
just
know-
be like,
No,
oh, I don't want it
listen,
to be here.
listen.
I want it to be in a different country. That doesn't.
So,
it doesn't work like that.
Let's say, like, I mean, I know Salt Lake City, Utah, home of the Mormons. I know they don't have a huge football stadium, but let's say like Salt Lake City,
No, it's a fucking
home of the
joke.
Mormons, had a huge football stadium, and they were going to host the Super Bowl in Salt Lake City, and they say there's a cap on music. You can't do this sort. You can't do that sort. You can't do this sort. They would never have it in Salt Lake City because they'd be like, no, that's...
I guarantee you, if Salt Lake City and the government in Utah had paid enough money to the NFL to have the Super Bowl there, Remy, it's money.
They don't get to decide how
Remy,
humans get to behave.
but they do.
That's fucked up.
That's the funny thing about you trying to like
You understand what I'm
legitimize
saying.
this.
You
Yeah,
understand
no,
what I'm saying, like-
and you understand what I'm saying about how you're silly about thinking that your personal proclivities, your personal emotions have anything to do with the governing body of like and I'm not advocating for them. They're horribly corrupt.
It's
terribly
fucking
corrupt.
sports,
It's
dude.
terribly corrupt.
It's sports.
It's terribly corrupt. But once again, Remy, it doesn't. Nobody gives a fuck what you, me, or anybody else thinks. It's money. It's money.
Well, let's not give
you give somebody a certain amount of money for something, and you say, hey, I'm going to give you this amount of money for this, and it's a shitload of money, and you're not going to take this away from me, they don't give a fuck what they do.
Let's just not give money to countries that want to host major sporting events that are going to try to put
and
why
don't we put caps on the amount of money that people give politicians to run in government elections?
Right,
why don't we do that? Like, why don't we just make it so like people couldn't give other people money to get in places of power? Why don't we just start from the bottom?
That is different.
Remy, it's the same fucking thing. What are you talking about?
I'm saying this
is
just
are you seriously?
No, I'm just saying
not
this is a simple sporting event. Why the fuck could the sport just choose? Okay, well,
the sport.
They've
already received so much money. Like Remy, what are you not getting about the money thing? Like what are you not comprehending? They've been given hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars to do something someplace they shouldn't be doing it. You think at this point all the teams are already qualified, the stadiums are in the process, if not already built.
And you really think at this Russia
point,
comes down
you really
and says,
think at this point they're going to be like, we don't like these sex rules that you guys have. We're going to make the World Cup somewhere else. That's not even close to a possibility. Like, you do understand how that's not.
I know, but I'm just saying,
that's not even a logical possibility because it makes no sense.
Well, you're giving these cities and these countries just full reign to decide what they want to do.
Yeah. That's how politics works, my man.
No, I know
that's how politics works.
But it's fucking soccer, so who really gives a fuck about soccer?
Soccer is 10,000 times more.
Well, we're not going to take a whole fucking soccer championship to fucking Salt Lake City, Utah, where they tell us we can't fucking dance.
Remy, I don't mean to strike a nerve here, but you do realize soccer is about 10. Soccer is 10 times more important to the world than NHL hockey is. The most important sport in the world is hockey.
Let me tell you something, mate.
What the fuck is going on right now?
I don't know. Edward,
hey, man, you don't even have the mic on you, but
you gotta. Oh man.
Well, I'll tell you, mate.
I told you. You blew him up after the last segment. You said he's doing all right, and he's fucking tearing it up. I knew this was gonna.
This lad, to be fucking football. Football is bigger than
Eddy,
that.
stop touching this shit. All right, guys.
Go on.
All right. You want to wrap it up?
Yeah, let's go ahead and wrap it up, guys. It's been a lovely show. Unfortunately, one of us couldn't help but get too fucking dumb and drunk this evening, so we couldn't handle them. But hopefully next week they can learn how to handle their liquor for once in their life. But
this isn't going on the show. But
other than that,
let's do a good sign off.
We're gonna go ahead and call it here, guys. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, guys.
Is this football?
Is this football? Episode 23.
I don't know if this is football anymore. I don't know if this is anything.
We'll be back next week. Well, actually, we won't be next.
Week,
we won't be back next week, but we will be back the week after.
Yeah. No, is this football next week? The week after that, if everything goes right, God knows.
All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you go to YouTube and subscribe to Tiger Cage Media to catch all the live updates for Is This Football? And also make sure you're going out to our Facebook page and liking our page, Is This Football? Dan, Eddie, what do you guys say, man?
Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed the slight show we had tonight. Cutting it a little bit short this evening, but I feel like we got a lot in a short amount of time.
We got a lot
of content. Great show. Love it.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys. Have a good night.
Love you guys. Thank you for joining. Have a good one.